Today be delivered without prayer? Be delivered. Just get wisdom. It is profitable for direction. Then I understood that even as we gather here to celebrate the birthing of Beyond the Veil, there are a lot of shangwe na vigelegele. But I want us to understand that. And as I prepared today, I remembered that the first time I stood before many people when I was in school, the very first experience, singing. And that was the joke of the term. With Alina? I'm not sure. A team that I was the youngest. The rest were older than I was. And then here we are with my father in a school rally. I was still in school. And as I led this team, we had finished ministering just before the man of God came out to minister the word. And the first thing he said, and I don't know why God wanted me to share this with you guys. The first word he said is, Clarice, together with your team. Remember, I had taken leadership. So angeita jina the former leader. But he said, Clarice and your team, you have made a lot of noise here in the name of worship. I'm not sure what you did. It was a school rally of about 15 schools. And the rest of the team were like, we. Clarice wendo jina yako imeitwa. At least isi jina zetu hazijulikani. And because there were boys school, I used to lead the team for the different schools. So most of the boys in the different schools, Pumwani, St. Teresa's boys, Isili boys, walicheka. Nikienda kukaji on the Clarice. Hey, leo tumesikia jina yako na hajakwambia hapo wenyewe. And that was the end of that team. Most of them told me, I am not coming to sing again. Wacha wale wanajua kuimba waende wakaimbe. But little did I know that it was the testing of my heart. Of not going for any other practice session. Of not continuing to minister with him in every other place that he went. And it is out of that I have seen that it is important for you to know who called you. Who assigned you. And the truth is, one of the things that is so irritating with this generation is that people are serving, but they want you to tiptoe around their emotions. They want the pastor to be so careful with everything, every rebuke, every instruction. Wewe tutakukwaza, my friend. Lazima grow. You have to grow up. Serving God is not a joke. It is giving your whole self. So Rehema, brace yourself. It is a blessed journey. I will assure you of that. But there's a lot of forming and molding that happens. And the fact that you're planted in this house is even a greater blessing. That you have a father that can allow you to be able to do this. Some of us grew in bushes and deserts. No one cared whether we had callings or not. We had to discover God for ourselves. I came from a church. I have grew up in a church up to the time I got married. When you lead worship, people have folded their hands and looking at you and wondering, haya, ini gani? And after that, they will come and ask you questions. No God there. Nowadays, there's revival. Kidogo. Lakini udini bado imeja. But it is in those terrains that God has been able to form us and to make us. Every place that God is going to take you. As Ephesians 6:10 says, that finally, brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. God is not giving you strength. You're already strong. God is not making you strong. You're already strong. So growing in this call will require you to stay strong. And the second thing, verse 11 says, put on the whole armor. You know, the scriptures are very intentionally written. Put on the whole, meaning, it's put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. The putting on of the whole armor of God, si ya kushika mapepo na kufukuza mapepo. wapendwa. It is put on the whole armor so that you may be able to do what? To stand. We are putting on to stand. Exercise your authority. Your authority in the spirit. Like we have seen you do. Whatever God puts in your heart as you sing, declare it. Put on the whole armor of God so that you are able to stand against the wiles of the enemy. The wiles of the enemy is also called the strategies of the enemy. Do you know that our mind is one of the biggest battlefield that the enemy has in our lives? That if he's able to cause you to doubt some certain things about yourself, even as ministers, I think in the offices where we were talking about Elijah calling fire from heaven and seeing the prophets of Baal being ashamed. And then he's the same Elijah that is running and says, God, nimebaki peke yangu. Si pia mimi niende tu. Ministry can be a challenge. But always remember, from where you have been cut off, the Bible says that we are not of them that turn back. We are not of them that give up. We are not of them that begin. One of the experiences I had, I can share so many of them, but one of the experiences I had in my earlier days, when we organized for a meeting like this, and everything was ready, I'll give you two. And one time when we were preparing for the meeting, I see the vision of Jesus at the door. So I'm there and I'm asking, why are you at the door? And he says, it's because you never invited me in this thing. And I told everyone, please stop. Let us come. Let us come together. Tugagatha mahali kwanza kurepent na kupray. Because if God is not leading us, where are we going? He's the owner of tomorrow. He's the one who knows the end from the beginning. Never move without the instruction of God. Within ministry, let me not say within worship, but within ministry, people are forming cliques and everything is happening that if you have a church membership of about 50 people, ni kama hukuitwa sana. Kuna wale wako na 50,000. Hao waliitwa na sauti, waliitwa saa 12. Wao waliitwa saa 5. Bwana asifiwe sana. That is why it's important for you to understand, where has God called me? What is my assignment? Why am I doing this? And if even if God gives you one person, remain faithful. And then the second instance is when in the early days we prepared for a meeting like this and